The woman sprayed her perfume twice real quick, then held out her hand to the rich guy. He saw a pretty face and eagerly shook her hand. Next thing you know, they slipped into his private office. The woman carefully peeled a fake fingerprint off her hand and stuck it onto the keypad. Then the man triggered a sound from his watch, and boom, the safe popped open. They grabbed the target like it was nothing, but suddenly the alarm blared. They picked up the pace, only to run right into a bodyguard at the door. After a tough fight, they finally took him down and escaped through the garden. They drove straight to the airport, where the CIA jet was already waiting. Once they were in the air and cruising smoothly, the man reached for some champagne, but then came another headache. The woman told him she was pregnant. As secret agents, they knew parenting wasn't exactly in the cards. The woman was ready to let go of the baby, but to her surprise, the man told her to keep it. She was so touched, she leaned in closer to him. Suddenly, she felt sick. She rushed to the bathroom, but the door wouldn't open. The flight attendant said it was broken, but the woman immediately knew something was off. She turned around slowly, and before she could react, the flight attendant grabbed her, holding her hostage, forcing the man to hand over the black box. With no choice, the man tossed it. As the enemy reached for it, the woman seized the chance and snatched the gun. With more enemies closing in, she swiftly removed the magazine, ejected the chambered round, then used the gun like a hammer to take them down. Meanwhile, the man took out a few more himself, but to protect the plane, they both went in for hand-to-hand combat. One enemy managed to grab a gun, loaded the bullet from the floor, and fired at the woman, but the shot hit the pilot instead, and the plane spun out of control. They looked out the window. The aircraft was plummeting fast, and right ahead was a giant cliff. They bolted toward the back of the plane, but at that speed, jumping meant certain death. In a split-second decision, the man pulled out a parachute and strapped it on the woman without hesitation. The plane was seconds from impact. The man tried to say his final words, but the woman suddenly locked her legs around his waist and pulled the chute. They stopped falling just in time. 2 seconds later, the plane slammed into the cliff and exploded. They landed safely, and the man wrapped her in a big hug. After surviving that chaos, their bond only grew stronger, but the real danger was still quietly closing in.